silver, but not polished. I guess I'm cooking this chicken totally raw. Cooked, not cooked. I'm sending you a nose bath. 5 ingredients and some confidence. Chicken thighs with the skin on, by the way. These are boneless chicken thighs on a silver platter. You know why? Because we are gonna celebrate the chicken ick. And we're gonna start out by dressing it in its finest. This is a real silver platter. It's not polished, but it's kind of like me, okay? These are boneless, but they're not skinless. You could do skinless if you want. We are here to address the chicken ick, which is that we don't want to cook chicken because we don't think we can cook it, and then we cook it too much because we're afraid it's raw, and then it's overcooked, and then we don't want to eat it either way. So we're gonna figure out how to just cook it and enjoy it. Hot pan, really hot, salt. The skin side I'm leaving unsalted for the time being, and I'm just getting that salt and pepper right in there. And you see I'm going in there with the pepper, right, and the salt. Nothing else. You could put herbs, other stuff on here if you wanted. I don't really feel like it. I just want to talk about chicken. Hot pan, olive oil, hot. Do you see this? We're gonna drop the chicken in skin side down. Notice I put him down in the pan, skin side down away from me, so that if it splatters, it doesn't splatter on me. It splatters away. And again, you're gonna know right away if your food is sticking to the pan, and if your pan is really hot, believe me, it won't. Now you see I just give them a little, to make sure they're not sticking, I just move them a little bit with the tongs. You see that skin is already starting to brown and change. See that? Been in there 30 seconds. Pan's really hot, squarely on a burner on the stove. What do we put on here? Salt and pepper? All right, so we're cooking. I'll put a little garlic powder on there, just right on the meat. You could put other things, paprika if you like it spicy. I happen to like a little garlic powder here with my chicken. It's got like some pizzeria vibes. This was the very first thing that I cooked in my home as a kid. I must have been like 12 or 13. There wasn't much in the fridge, but there was a pack of chicken thighs like this. And my parents, I remember, were going to like a dinner party or something. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm cooking this chicken. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I was struck with a case of the chicken ick because I was afraid of it. You want to check it out underneath every once in a while. Move them around a little bit. Make sure they're browning and that they're not sticking. And if your pan's hot, believe me, then it won't stick. That's the first phase of getting rid of the chicken ick. Don't let it stick. So this is browning, you see that? And I'm going high heat here. So my parents left and I had a container of chicken thighs, a package of chicken thighs in the fridge, just like this. I took them out, I browned them just like this. I flipped them over, I put them in the oven for a little while. Golden brown, crispy skin. I was like, I don't need my parents anymore. I'm good. Took it out, put them on a plate, fork, knife, napkin. I was so excited for myself. Like I'd made my own dinner. Cut into them, totally raw. I was like, Mom, when are you coming home? Now look at that, few minutes. They're just getting so pretty and golden brown. And you see, you're getting that chicken fat from the skin. So pretty, right? Doesn't that look delicious? There's nothing icky about that. This is one of my mother's old pans, so I'm going really sentimental. Now I'm kind of crowding them together where the oil is pooling because I like that. That makes the skin nice and crispy. High heat. Let's put a little sliced onion in here. You don't have to. By the way, you could just cook the chicken. Why do I like a little onion in here once the skin is browned? Because this adds a little water. Not to mention it's delicious. It adds a little moisture. That kind of slows it down. Do you see how it's starting to be cooked around the edges? See that? It's no longer pink and translucent. It's white and cooked, and it's browning, right? That's cooked, not cooked. Cooked, not cooked. On the edge here, it's cooked, and it's not yet cooked here in the center where it's thicker. Chicken is built in to tell you when it's cooked because it turns white and it's no longer translucent when it's cooked. If you want to use a meat thermometer, you can cook it to 165 Fahrenheit on a meat thermometer. Just stick it in the thickest part of the chicken. No need to cook it to 250 degrees to be safe. 165 Fahrenheit is well done and cooked through. Or you could just cook it and learn about the visual cues. Look at the skin. Doesn't that look so good? See those onions getting in there? And actually, when they're nice and brown like that, I turn them over. I don't even need to put this in the oven. I can do this whole thing stovetop. See that? just some sliced onion. So recap, I put a little garlic powder right on the chicken, sliced onion, salt, pepper, olive oil. Did I salt this side? The skin side, I didn't. So once you flip them and the skin is crispy, then we go in there with just a little salt on that second side. And you know what, while we're at it, a little more pepper. Now look, you could put this in the oven with a little white wine. What I like to do actually is just put a tiny bit of water on the bottom. And again, you could add white wine. I'm on the flesh side. I'm creating a little steam and moisture so it really cooks through. But it's still moist because I added water or wine, like I said, or you could add vinegar. A lot of chefs add butter. That helps the onions to tenderize and cook a little bit, right? That kind of chills out the hot fat. Doesn't this look good? This is so silly. Now look, you could add a can of tomatoes here, right? And a little bit of garlic powder in your cacciatore. I kind of want to go in a teriyaki direction, so I'm going to add a hint of brown sugar, just a little bit, you know, like 2 teaspoons, right? Get a little bit of caramelization on that onion, and then I'm going to add some soy sauce. I kind of like the low salt stuff right in there, right around the edges. So you see how the skin is still crispy, but I'm just simmering around. Now I know, I call this teriyaki. I mean, it's really a makeshift, I don't know what yaki, let's be honest, but it's good, right? And it's easy. A little sesame. I like what sesame does, right? It gives a nuttiness, it gives like an umami. It's just good, you just like them. You could add fresh ginger here, just letting this simmer a little bit. Let's recap. We started them in hot oil on the skin side and got that nice and brown and crispy. We added some onions, we flipped them. We add a little soy sauce. Take a nose bath. I'm sending you a nose bath. And you know, when you're cooking dinner, smell your food while it's cooking, right? It's an instinct we have. You know more about your food than you realize. Now what we're looking for is this to be cooked through. So we can do a couple things. We can just cook it until we're over it. I gotta have a thermometer in here somewhere. I have a shark skin grater for wasabi from Japan, but I cannot find my meat thermometer. All right, let's get in here. 165, perfect. 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the thickest part of the thigh, shut it off. And by the way, let it sit a couple minutes. Shut the heat off, nice and easy. You could add a squeeze of lemon if you want, and then we're really done. We got a little platter here. Take this meat out. See how nice and cooked through that is? Right? No chicken ick here. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Cooked through. Juicy. And I just give this a little last. Right? No chicken ick. Nothing. Deliciousness. What do we have, like 5 ingredients here? 165.